There are new beginnings, and it begins with the renewing of one's heart. If it doesn't start in the heart, then screw it. It's recycled bullshit.
Okay, Learning Curves is about 5 first-year students, at the Fictional University, Providence University here in Abuja. And essentially the movie is about these 5 characters who are very different and have very distinct personalities. They're from 5 different parts of the country, and they all have to live together in this school experiment. And we have the main character, who's Dan J, who's a just boy, very kind of high-strung, tough guy.
I think I'm more playful, jovial, talkative. I'm just more quiet, silent, and that. But I really like the story because it gets to tell a story that everyone can relate to. A young guy who went to Nigeria University, you see the issues that happen around the school, the fellow guys and chicks in the house. Those are the issues that, a young person will go through, and I really relate with that.
Like this whole bad boy thing going on, that's unpreserved and all, but I'll hit you in the face with the other face.
Then we've got the very weird girl, kind of nerdy. That's Otonye.
The character herself is something I've never played. She's very challenging, and I love a good challenge.
Then we've got the prissy girl, the very wealthy chic chick. Her name is Amarachi.
The only difference is I don't have no resting. She does. I'm nice. She's.
And then we've got the kind of like the house mother and headstrong chick. That is Yemisi.
Yemisi during the story. It's a very, very interesting character. She did a lot of naughty things though, but let's leave that on the side. But she was one of the nicest people in the house, part of the housemates, and she always wants everything to go right. She always wants people to be together.
And then we've got the house clown, who is Okiri Bendo.
He's really he's a waffy guy that actually is touched in a way, and he loves living his life as simple as possible. He doesn't like getting into trouble. He doesn't like being mischievous, but in a way he's also a lover.
On top of living together in this school experiment and clashing with each other, they also have to deal with the rigors that is, schooling in Nigeria. And even though it's a private school, it still has the same regular stuff you have to deal with, dealing with, teacher-student relationships.
Today is my birthday, and I was hoping you wouldn't mind celebrating with me.
No problem, ma.
Okay, here we go. Please go ahead with yourself.
Happy birthday, ma.
Thank you.
Dealing with finding your sexual orientation or sexuality, dealing with issues having to do with cultism, and just interpersonal relationships between students as a whole, and that's the crust of the character. As you can see, the characters have very distinct outlooks on life and very distinct personalities, and we kind of meshed all of that together into one room. We wanted to play with a few stereotypical characters and not so stereotypical characters.
Learning Curves is very, very unique. Thumbs up to the writer 110 times.
I look at the stuff I'm reading, and I get them at the weirdest moments. I'm on the bus and I'm on my way home, and something just pops in my head. And I just get my phone and I just write out that first initial thing that I get, and I'm like, when I get home, I'll finish. I may not pick it up for another 2 months, but by the time I pick it up, it already makes sense and all of that. So with this one too, what I just did was I drew out the 5 characters, and I was like, okay, what's this person's story? What's this person's story? What's this person's story? Now, how do we make those stories come together?
After I read what Bori had written, I was like, you know what?
we had met in Ikoyi briefly, and we had discussed it, and we had talked about what we would like to put in the. I told him what I would like to see in the script. He threw it in and took it to a whole other dimension, and then from there, that's what we're working with now.
Challenging thing I found about my character.
I know that there are people like this out in Nigerian universities, but you never really see them in any of the Nigerian films. So I said it would be cool to kind of have this kind of really geekish, weird, smart girl who has a problem with kind of identifying her sexual identity. You know, I felt like it'd be very cool to have somebody like that thrown into the house, because I thought that would make it interesting.
She was trying to find who she was. She was going through a phase in her life that was really, really tough for her, and I found it very tricky.
Oh, I get it. Coded things. If you guys, oh, I'm coming here. Bye.
Let me see. I'm sorry.
Okay, I've heard you. Bye.
Hey.
The movie is telling a story about what really happens, uncensored, what actually happens in a regular Nigerian university.
Supporting character that I think, which is my favorite of all, actually the whole movie, he's my favorite character, is Musti. Musti is essentially a rich kid who wants to start a cult.
He's from a very rich home. He's spoiled. He sees a lot of movies, so he wants to actually replicate some of the things he sees.
So I just came back from a trip, went for a documentary trip to a friend of mine, Tariq, and he called me to his office because we were using the plant of their plaza of the building. I think he wanted me to do stuff for him. I didn't understand what he meant because I felt, he didn't know me that much. But I think he had an intuition or an instinct drive or something that just told him it was me. And up until today, I think I just understood today that it was a strong instinct and worked out well.
He's a very good producer. He knows how to calm your nerves and tell you you get what you want, and he gives you what he wants to give you. We asked for sisters, and we need sisters. How many? Can we get 4? No, okay, let's get 3. Oh, we got 3. I'm with the person that is renting the sister. Any day that these sisters lie on the floor and you do not use it, I'll minus it from your money. That's crazy.
I came with all those, those young producers thing of, no worry, we can shoot this thing this amount. So I gave him a very slim shoestring budget. I didn't know that I was giving a guy that wanted serious quality a shoestring budget. So my major challenge again was, I'm not telling the hard, was balancing his quality and the money.
We kind of styled the movie to appeal to a lot of the younger crowd. The demographic is young, and we wanted the movie to express the youth culture now in Nigeria, what they think like, what they are like, the lingo they use. You know what I'm saying? The fact that it's shot in Abuja is also a good thing, because we wanted to find a place that had not been, so exposed, in terms of that. We wanted to kind of, because we're in Abuja, we wanted to kind of rep Abuja, but essentially we still wanted to look into youth culture in Nigeria and in Abuja and in Nigeria in the greater sense.
Before I came, the director called me and we shared the same idea, so we said we're going to make this like more of handheld and kind of dogma kind of photography. And I've seen a lot of high school films, and it's set in 2012, so we need to play with colors, more colors, and we had like a lot of meeting, just to determine what exactly would the look of the film be. And for me, color is key for me in production design. We picked chocolate and gold. Those are our 2 primary colors. And and we blended all these colors with some other, secondary colors that we can. And this reflecting the characters, reflecting the locations, reflecting the mood of it.
How was your day, Danjay?
C Rhymes. How was your day, Danjay?
It's fantastic working with the crew and cast of Learning Curves, the writer, the producers, the director, underscore, Prisode, please interview me. Bori, the writer, very, very talented. The crew generally were fantastic. The cast, young, enthusiastic. You could just see passion and more talent from them, and it was very encouraging to work with people who knew exactly what they were doing.
And Underscore actually is one of the best directors I've worked with in terms of his creativity and his patience. He's very patient and he's very open. He gave me a lot of free hands to be creative. It's really a great experience working with Undu because I've learned a lot. I've learned a lot of things. I've seen a lot of discoveries in myself that I didn't know I had. And working with Undu have given me that opportunity to bring them out and experiment in the movie. So I think it's a great experience working with this stuff.
If you look around you, you notice that, man, the guys here are young, but they're on point.
The message is very clear. I think it gives, if I'm a young guy and I'm about to get into uni, and I see this movie, I'll just think, okay, I need to take caution here and there. Even if it's a private school, no matter how many security or rules and regulations the school puts, young people will still find a way to fly fence, do what we want to do. So it's preaching a message, but it's not judgmental. It's not saying, it's just telling the story how it is and giving young people the right information to make the right decision.
There's a lot of things that have to do with youth experience in universities. Again, this movie is primarily made for, the kind of youth crowd, the youth culture.
Learning Curves, I believe, is a groundbreaker. I personally believe in breaking the ground. I believe that's the best thing, not doing something that someone else has done before. Learning Curves, for me, is a story that's not been told. It's not just a new story, it's a story told in a new way.
We felt we wanted to use a local celebrity because it kind of draws an attraction or familiarity with Abuja. So have something that's staple within Abuja and have somebody who's staple within Abuja. We thought that would be very cool to do. Then we also got Jim Ike, who is obviously a national celebrity, and in some cases, even in most cases, is an international celebrity. You know what I'm saying? And we thought that it would be very interesting to have Jim Ike play out of character and within character.
Even though it's not really that a big budget, but we want to do something film different from what the Nigerian cinema have seen before. So where I see this film going to is beyond the shores of this country, because the style in which we shot is a proper filming style. It's not the normal tripod blockings and stuff, So I see it going a lot of places because filmmakers are going to see this film and know that people that are behind the production of this film actually knows what filmic aesthetics are about.
The average Nigerian audience is tired of the same old drama, so I think this is going to be embraced. This is going to be an exciting change for the audience, and I know it's going to do really well.